Despite the impeachment showdown, two big potential wins for President Trump this morning, a phase one trade deal with China and an overwhelming win for conservatives in the UK election. Can President Trump turn these events into a second term? We bring that question to Heritage Foundation's Vice President of National Security and Foreign Policy, James Carafano.
Hey, boy, this is a great week for a guy that's getting impeached. It's like saying, I lost my wallet, but it's okay. I just won the lottery. He has had so many wins this week.
Yeah.
This is the kind of momentum that presidents are looking to get reelected just dream about.
It was striking to me, James, that, we'll get more information about phase one today, but phase two, Fox Business is reporting, is not going to happen until after the 2020 election. What does that mean to you?
Well, I think that's probably good news for the president. And, I do policy, not politics, but when you look at what a president wants, having momentum, what this does, getting the phase bill done, getting the threat of tariffs off the table, this brings stability and certainty to the markets, to the American people, and that's what they're looking for through November. We all know that phase two, that more negotiations on very difficult things like IP and everything are being incredibly difficult. But that's in the future. That's not going to impact between now and November.
When are we going to see the text of this phase one?
That's a great question. I think, just to be honest, I think from a market perspective and from what the American people are looking for, they just want to hear that there's a deal. And mostly, I think what Americans are really taking in is this is a president that's pushed back against the Chinese, that's negotiated a deal with the Mexicans and the Canadians that's going to get approved next week. And they're saying it's a president who's working out there to make a better global economic environment for us. That's the message they're taking away.
Are you concerned that Beijing got too much in this phase one deal?
No, to me, look, I never thought that this is going to be a running gunfight with China, I think, for years. To me, that the U.S. is in the game and we're pushing, and the Chinese are responding to that. Look, the fact that the Chinese did this, I think, is a clear indicator that they think this Trump guy is going to be around for a while. I do think that puts the U.S. in the driver's seat.
They think this Trump guy is going to be around for a while. I think he agrees. In fact, he was up in the middle of the night, and the president tweeted this, James, with the UK elections and a deal between the UK trade deal, the UK and the US. He says this deal has the potential to be far bigger and more lucrative than any deal that can be made with the EU. What would a trade deal between the US and the UK look like? And I ask that because if we're talking about agriculture, if we want them to buy more of our farm products, it's not so easy because they have different standards.
Well, what would be really interesting is if Boris Johnson made a decision that rather than a trade deal looking for regulatory alignment with the EU, he went with the U.S. approach where it says, what are the trade barriers that we can really take down to put an engine in the transatlantic economy? That really could be a game changer. But it's not that it's the economy. Boris Johnson is going to be better on pushing back on Iran. He's going to be helpful there. He's going to be better on pushing back on China. So he's really going to advance American interests, British American interests, in foreign policy and economics. So, these are the kind of things that just add incredible momentum to a president that's trying to make the case that I'm looking after our interests.
James Carafano, have a good weekend, sir.
You too.